Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Blessings to everyone. In our tradition we say if you have a lot of fears, you're also very capable of love. Because having a lot of fears is the result that the love you feel inside of you cannot really flow. And when that happens, you also feel this place where you get stuck. No? So the place we can get stuck is defined by three stages. No? The first one is in our body, in our physical level, and if you're stuck there, then the only thing you think is about food and sex, and if you like it or not, but we are considering this actually to be the lowest point on the ladder. Now it is like, doesn't mean someone is low, but it has to be defined somewhere, and we say this is the lowest one. Yeah. So when you are on this point just from here to here, that is also called the animal level. Yeah. So it's not bad to be an animal in that sense, but this is where you live then, basically. No? So the second one is where we get stuck most of the time, and the majority is stuck most of the time there, is of course in our mind. Yeah. It is the mind that travels everywhere, like in this maze, in this labyrinth. And there it is the most difficult, because the mind and the emotion, we consider them to be one thing, and they're not separate from each other. So whenever you think something, you also create an emotion. Whenever you have an emotion, you create a thought about it. They can never be separate. And the third one is the heart. So when the heart is filled with a lot of fear, with a lot of pride, with a lot of this, all this has consequences in the way you can express your life. Or many times we are thinking to the life after, what will happen to us after, but actually we are not here to think too much our life after, because first of all we have to think our life here. So if you can become alive before the transition to another life comes, that is the most important. To express your life the best way you can, with the most intensity, with the most joy you have. And what will help, if you feel stuck, you must always stick to one practicing from which you know that it benefits you. So for example, the question you have to ask yourself is, there are two questions. What is the thing I fear the most in this period of life, in this moment? And what is the thing that I enjoy the most? What you fear the most, it will come back to you again and again and again, because it is a negative prayer, and is a very powerful prayer. And you need to fulfill that prayer. You need to see the reality of this fear. If someone says to you, your fear is an illusion, it doesn't really help most people, because they feel it. They're into it. For them it is a reality, right? So the fear is there, and it is very, very strong. Depends in which period you are, but it can be overwhelmingly strong. And not to become crazy in your head, and to still have a connection to your emotions, some of these things have to manifest. So that confirms your mind, I am doing the right conclusions. Yeah, it is reasonable to have that fear. Yeah, I should have that fear because it is true. It happens in my life. Yeah, but when you understand it is a negative prayer, yeah, that prevents that love can flow in your life, that joy can flow in your life, that trust can flow in your life, then it is more important to ask, what gives me the most joy? Yeah. For many people, it's very difficult to answer that question. They are easier to say what is the fear, but it's not so easy for them to say what is really giving them joy. However, if you don't know at all what gives you joy, then you are still in the exploration phase. You have to look and try many things so that you find out what is it that gives you joy. And the joy is the same thing. When you find something that gives you joy, let's say you find a profession that gives you joy, that you really feel this is my thing, this is where I feel in my place, you will be making a fantastic career because this is where you feel good and where you will shine. If it is not a joyful place, then it is a constant pain because you are not sitting really at the place you should be. You spend a lot of time in the working situation. If it is not joyful for you, then it's a kind of waste, no? Therefore, to ask these two questions show you very clearly where we are stuck, no? Where we are flowing or where we are stuck. Yeah. And knowing it, especially in the question of fear, needs one ingredient to go through it. And what is this ingredient? Yeah, it's courage. Yeah. Whenever you find courage in yourself, that drives you over the waves of the ocean, and even they might be higher than usual. If you have the courage, you find the strength to come over the wave. Yeah. If you just look at the wave and you say, oh, it is so high, yeah, then maybe the wave comes over you and just swallows you, right? And when that happens, you feel to be a victim of a situation, to be a victim of whatever there can be, yeah. And that should never happen, yeah. We are supposed to represent the divine on earth, right? And the divine can never be victimized, can never be in this role that something happens to me and I have no responsibility in it. That can never be, right? So for this reason, it is important to understand in which level I am stuck. Yeah. And then it is very easy to work on it. When you are stuck in your mind, first key is the gratefulness and the thankfulness. We cannot say it too much enough because it is what will give you this vertical force in your life. Yeah. And it is a neutralizer. So courage can come, new things can come to you, and new understandings of where you are. The second thing is forgiveness. Yeah. And we say in our tradition, make sure that you have forgiven everyone and everything before you leave this world. And as we never know when that will be, we should do everything to make sure if there is anything unforgiven to a person in this moment, then look at it and try to make it. Yeah. Try to make it and understand that those who hurt us and we hurt them, it has been arranged between these souls long time ago. Yeah. They made a contract in the divine theater. Yeah. The director asked, is there anyone ready to hurt another. Yeah. And of course, no one wants to do that. Yeah. But the Divine says, you do. You will hurt this one. Yeah. And then you ask the soul, are you accepting? Yeah. That is hidden in this sentence that says, when Allah says, am I your Lord? Yeah. Are you accepting? Yeah. And we are saying yes. So that means we are accepting what He has written for us. What was the agreements between the souls that met each other? And one of the agreements, especially with our intimate relationships, is that we hurt. It cannot be avoided. Yeah. We have to hurt. Yeah. But when we understand this is not the fault of the other, yeah, we get hurt because we hurt ourselves. We are in a self-hurting program. This is reflected by the other. And when we understand that, yeah, it's easy to forgive. Because we understand it's not the fault of the other, it's just us that cannot see. So when you feel fear, remember that. It shows also the capacity of your love. And not only this, it also shows the capacity of your courage. Yeah? It looks like the opposite, but so many times the opposite gives you a good direction if you look to the opposite of the opposite. Yeah. You see? If you look at from the fear just 180 degrees to the other side, yeah, then you understand thankfulness, you understand forgiveness, you understand those two keys that will always drive you forward in your life. Yeah. And it will remove anger, it will remove remorse, this grudge, you say no grudge, we say grudge, in us, no? And we need that so that we can become fully alive and enjoy our life. As everyone comes here with a message, no? And you cannot see that message as long as you are stuck in the mind. And everyone comes here to complete a work. Yeah. And the same thing. When you don't do that, when you don't come to your work, when you don't find what is my message and what is my work, again, you may feel sad, you may feel depressed, but this is the game of life, the school of life, yeah. That we have a lot of help if we can accept help, but at the end of the day, we need to have the courage to make our steps. No? And when you know I have a message, look. Yeah? Your message is not your needs. Your message is free from all needs. So when you come out of this neediness, of this demanding, of this blaming, of this accusing, then somehow you will be close to what is actually your true work. Yeah. And the work can be a very simple thing. Yeah. It can be, for example, that you become a gardener and you will be the happiest person making a beautiful garden. Yeah. It can be that you are happier, for example, living a poorer life than rather a richer life. Right? You can't know it, but if you have the courage, you will move in the right direction. So, next time you find yourself fearful, sad, blind, know that there is always a path, and you should never lose the faith in this way. Keep on walking and keep on striving. Yeah. And may Allah support all of you who are doing that. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.